This is Skill 35 in Unit 6, and we are solving real-world applications using a system of equations, or in other words, our favorite type, word problems. But it's much easier to solve systems of equations when we use two variables than it is one. And here's our first example. And if you read it through, I always use a let statement to define my variables. So I let D be the number of dimes, and I let Q be the number of quarters. And it really helps to read the last sentence because that's going to give me a key to my let statement. Also, a chart might help. Dimes and quarters. I have D dimes, Q quarters. A dime is worth 10 cents. Quarter is worth 25 cents. So the total value is 0.1 D and 0.25 Q. So now I'm ready to write my two equations. And my two equations are going to involve the number and then the value. So the number is D plus Q equals 15 because I have 15 total coins. Now I'm going to bring the value in since a dime is worth 10 and a quarter is worth 25. And I have a total of $2.55. So those are my two equations. Now I'm going to help myself out a little bit. I'm going to use elimination, and I am going to multiply this top equation by 10. So I have 10D plus 10Q equals 150. And I'm also going to multiply this by 100 to get rid of my decimals. So I have 10D plus 25Q equals 255. Now, if I went to add straight down, you'll notice that neither one drops out, but that's okay. I'm going to wait till the end, and I'm going to go ahead and multiply all these by -1. So I get 15Q equals 105. So when I divide by 15, I get how many quarters I have. So if I stop a minute and get my calculator and divide those out, and then I have to also go back and find the number of dimes. So 105 divided by 15 is 7. So I have 7 quarters. Now how many dimes do I have? Well, if I just look at that equation, I can tell to get to 15, I should have 8 dimes. Okay. Now, check that. Well, 8 plus 7 does equal 15. And if I do 10 times 8 for dimes to get 80, and add to it 7 times 0.25 for my quarters, I do get $2.55. So that's the correct answer. And always a complete sentence. There are 7 quarters and 8 dimes. Going on to the second one. I've already listed my let statements, and again, they come from the question, how many of each did they sell? So we sold puppies and we sold kittens. So together, we sold 23 pets. Now, the next one is a little bit harder because it says there are 9 more puppies than kittens. And this equation is puppies equals kittens plus 9. And at first thought, you may think you need to add the 9 to the puppies because it says 9 more. But if you think about it, there are more puppies, so the only way to get that is to add the 9 to the K. since this is already solved for one variable, this is going to be a little bit easier to do in one variable. So k plus 9 plus k equals 23, or 2k plus 9 equals 23. Keep solving that. 2k plus 9 plus a negative 9. Add a negative 9 to both sides. So I get 2k equals 14. So there are 7 kittens. Then if I put that back in, if there are 7 kittens, then 7 plus 9 is 16. There are 16 puppies. And again, complete sentence. So the pet shop sold 7 kittens and 16 puppies. I ran out of room. I wrote too big. Okay. This is part 1 of skill 35.